gonna take a look at red flags in an accountant. Maybe you already have one, or maybe you're looking for one, but what are the red flags that you should be looking for? A lot of people like to ignore these things because switching accounting firms is not an easy task. And it may be a personal issue. You may have a personal connection to your current accountant, but always remember, it is your business, it is your livelihood, and they need to have your best interest in mind, and you need to be getting the information that you're paying for. Let's take a look at the top 3 things that could possibly be red flags as to why you need to find a new accountant. First of all, they don't answer your questions, or they don't ask you any questions. So you're like, well, like what? Let's say, for instance, you're like, hey, I heard from a buddy that it might be a good idea for me to be an S Corp. What do you think? Am I the right entity? And if they just look at you like, oh, you're fine, don't worry about it, and they don't tell you why you're already the right entity or why you shouldn't be an S Corp, then maybe you should look for a different accountant. Or they're not asking you any questions, so whenever you go drop off your information for a tax return or your bookkeeping, and they call you in a week or 2 weeks, whatever it may be, and say, hey, I've got your stuff done, and they never ask you one single question, especially if you've only been with them for a short time period and they're not asking you any questions to learn more about you and your business, maybe you should really start looking for that new accountant. Kaylee, what's another one that we want to look at?
If they have excuses for why your work isn't done, you've brought in your bank statements, credit card statements, all the information they need to put together your monthly financials, and it's been 3 months and you don't have, it's July and you don't have May's back, and there's no reason for it, you need to be asking some more questions like, where's my work? Oh, you dropped your tax return off in January and you're going on extension in April? These are big things. Like there's not a reason why, if they have the information, they're not getting you your work back to you in a timely manner, because it is your work. You're paying for a service. It's okay to expect it in a timely manner. We understand emergencies happen. I mean, tax season comes around and things get hectic. So a few things may slow down, but you don't want to wait for December for January's financials. So you really want to be sure your accountant is staying on top of your work. And if they're not, you need to be following up with them and maybe starting to look for that new accountant, because timeliness is key in making sure you keep your business going strong. So if your accountant isn't up to date, you're not up to date, and you may be hurting and not even know it.
A lot of times in our accounting firm, when it comes tax season and people are dropping off their taxes, they'll say, hey, when can I expect this? And we'll tell them we have a normal 2-week turnaround time from the point that we get all the information. So there is that instance where clients, you maybe as the business owner, don't get everything to your accountant. Make sure, like if you know that there's still stuff out there, hopefully they follow up with you, or be a good client and get them everything that they need so they can get the work turned around on time. But if they have everything and they're still not doing your work, check into what's going on. So number 3, they don't sign your tax returns, whether it's a payroll tax return or an actual income tax return. There is a place on those returns for a paid preparer to sign. It's at the bottom. And so if someone's doing those for you and their signature is not on those, that is a red flag. You might ask why. Hey, what's going on? Why are you not signing this? Maybe there's some reason that they're not. Maybe it's because they're hiding. Maybe they've done some bad returns previously. They got their P10 number pulled from them. You're just not sure. So always ask that question. Hey, why aren't you signing my stuff? And just see what their answer is, because that could be a red flag that you need to find a different accountant.
Okay, so this has been 3 red flags. Like, questions are a big thing. If they're not asking them and you can't ask them, red flag. If their work is not getting done timely, another red flag. And if they're not signing the work they have done, also red flag. So just be watching for these things in your account. Not saying you switch immediately, check into it, ask more questions, but always consider maybe an accountant switch is what's right for you and your business. Please like this video, subscribe, share it with a few of your friends, and have a nice day. Thanks. Oh, look, you need my teeth?